Hey guys, so this is going to be a quick tutorial for IXL DD.3. Basically what you're going to be doing is using semicolons or commas to separate items in a list. Okay. The big rule is that you use semicolons when the use of commas would be confusing, right? So the directions here: consider the commas in bold, which are used to separate the items in the list. If they are not used correctly, remove them and replace them. All right. So Italian explorer Marco Polo traveled from Europe to Asia in the late 1200s. According to historians, in addition to his native language, he also spoke Arabic, Mongolian, Persian, and Turkish, right? So this is just a standard list here. It is not confusing to have these commas here. So looks good to me. All right. Using a modified digital camera and infrared floodlights, photographers are able to capture the geometric patterns, cruciform shapes, human figures, and quadrupeds etched on the walls of the Dahasi cave in the blah, 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 blah. So if you can't read some of these, like just know that it's not super important. So we have these are our list items, and they're not complex though. So I think we got to put some commas in here, and we can just drag them and replace them. Okay. And I really want to find one that uses semicolons so that I can show you what that looks like. When Bryant traveled through the South, he went South by Southwest Festival in Austin, Texas, attended a jazz festival in New Orleans, stopped in. Okay. So this is one that's going to use semicolons. And the reason why is we have these commas between the cities and the states. And so it's hard for your reader to understand where the list is and where you're using commas to separate cities and states. So that's an example of one where you would use semicolons, right? So we have, he went to a South by Southwest festival in Austin, Texas. That's list item number 1. So we're going to separate that from list item number 2 with a semicolon. Attended a jazz festival in New Orleans. So that is list item number 2. Stopped in Biloxi, Mississippi to visit his relatives. That's list item number 3. And finally drove to Mobile, Alabama. So the commas here between the cities and the states would make trying to figure out which items are your list items really confusing. So we use semicolons instead. All right. After Spanish conquistadors introduced horses to America, many Plains Indian tribes that had practiced agriculture became nomadic. Okay, so this is just a list of the names of Indian tribes. And so there's none of that complex craziness that we had in the previous one. So we're just going to use standard commas. The anteater family includes the giant anteater, also called the ant. Okay, so you see how they have these commas here that introduces all this extra information? That makes it really complicated for our readers to know which commas are providing extra information and which are our list items. So we're going to use semicolons to separate our list items. All right, let's do one more. Contestants in the World Beard and Mustache Championship are judged in 16 categories, such as the Dolly Mustache, the Freestyle Mustache, the Musketeer, the Partial Beard Freestyle and Sideburns, and the Full Beard. So you see how there's not like any other, once we start our list, there's not really any other commas here to make the reader confused. So we are going to not use semicolons this time. We're just going to use regular old commas. I am kind of curious, though, about this World Beard and Mustache Championship. You think we can find something for that online? Beard and Mustache Championships. Whoa, look at... Does she have a mustache? Okay. That's, I'm going to admit that's not exactly what I was expecting. But I am not I'm not disappointed. Look at this guy. That's pretty cool. All right, guys. So that's the basics of semicolons and colons. Let me know if you have any questions. I'd be happy to help you.